I was complaining about my job to my friends when my boss walked up behind me. He didn't say a word, just stared at me until my friends went silent. Then he gave me a tight, cold smile and said, "My office." Now, I followed him, and the moment the door closed, he fired me on the spot. But he wasn't done. He immediately called an emergency all-hands meeting for our entire department in front of all my colleagues. He announced I was terminated for insubordination and actively sabotaging company morale. Minutes later, a company-wide email landed in everyone's inbox, painting me as a toxic employee who was poisoning the culture. My professional reputation was destroyed in under an hour. Recruiters who had been emailing me for weeks suddenly went silent. My friends who were at the table with me stopped answering my calls, terrified of being associated with me. I was at home, locked out of my work accounts, but I still had some old project files synced to my personal laptop. Desperate to find something, anything, I started digging. I found a link to an old shared cloud server we used for archival audio from meetings. I clicked on it, expecting my access to be revoked, but it opened. I saw a folder labeled BR_audio_backup. Break room audio. My boss, Mark, had been secretly recording the break room. I found the file from that day and listened. It was just me, venting harmlessly. But then I saw another file, recorded an hour later. It was Mark, talking to someone from HR. "I finally got her," he said. "She was next in line for my director role. Now I can frame this as a morale issue and push my own guy, David, into her old spot." It wasn't about what I said. It was a calculated move to get me out of his way. The next week was the company's quarterly town hall, live streamed to everyone, including the CEO. I sent the recording to my one remaining loyal colleague, Amy, with a simple instruction: be ready. During the Q&A portion, anyone could submit questions to the presenters. I waited until Mark took the stage to talk about our amazing corporate culture. I anonymously submitted my question. "Mark, can you elaborate on the recent firing of a senior manager? Was it truly a culture issue, or was it a premeditated action to make way for a preferred candidate?" Mark chuckled into the microphone. "I'm glad you asked," he began smugly. "We have a zero-tolerance policy for negativity. The termination was a direct result of a toxic attitude that was a threat to this entire company's success." The moment he finished the sentence, Amy, sitting in the third row, connected her phone to the auditorium's Bluetooth speaker system. Mark's recorded voice boomed through the hall. "Now I can frame this as a morale issue and push my own guy David into her old spot." The entire room went dead silent. The CEO, sitting on stage, slowly turned his head to look at Mark, his face like stone. The live stream abruptly cut, but not before I saw two security guards walking towards the stage. My phone lit up with a call. It was the CEO's executive assistant.